Yeah, it's your one and only God's love Abbasi. Here to encourage you in life, no matter what you pass through, you're gonna make it one day in life. Yeah.
Seon Rodney, SGGR, from the Conversation 0 to Hero family in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, this boy. When I was down, God lifted me up. He set my feet upon the rock to stay. I have moved from nothing to something, from zero to hero. Is the life I live. From zero to hero is the life I live. I can face tomorrow. My Redeemer lives. Yes, I'm a champion. I'm a royal priesthood. From zero to hero is the life I live. From zero to hero is the life I live. I can face tomorrow. My Redeemer lives. Yes, I'm a champion. I'm a royal priesthood. From zero to hero is the life I live. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's your one and only. God's love Abbasi. Come on, you know what I say? Jesus is your story changer. He gonna change your story from nothing to something. Zero to hero, pain to gain. So don't worry anymore. Don't cry anymore. Don't fear anymore. You pay the price for your cry. It's just resist and give you rest from zero to hero. Thank you to radio. Only him knows your tomorrow. From zero to hero, there's message to get to. He did it for David. He did it for Joseph. He did it for Jabez. From story to glory. He will do it for you. Zero to hero is the life I live. I can face tomorrow. My Redeemer lives. Yes, I'm a champion. I'm a royal priesthood. From zero to hero is the life I live. From zero to hero is the life I live. I can face tomorrow. My Redeemer lives. Yes, I'm a champion. I'm a royal priesthood. From zero to hero is the life I live. Yeah, come on, you know what I say? Jesus is your story changer. He gonna change your story from nothing to something. Zero to hero, pain to gain. So don't worry anymore. Don't cry anymore. Don't fear anymore. You pay the price for your cry. It's just resist and give you rest from zero to hero. Thank you to radio. Only him knows your tomorrow. From zero to hero, there's message to get to. He did it from David. He did it for Joseph. He did it for Jabez. From story to glory. He will do it for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. From zero to hero. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. From zero to hero. Zero to hero. He picks me up. Zero to hero. He blesses me. Zero to hero. He helps me. Zero to hero. He cares for me. Zero to hero. He loves me. Zero to hero. My provider. Zero to hero. My maker. Zero to hero. When they yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. From zero to hero. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. From zero to hero.
Once again, welcome each and every one. Welcome, welcome tribe, welcome village, welcome community. Welcome to the Conversation platform. Welcome, welcome once again. You're moving from your zero to hero moment. You're moving from a less fortunate place to a place you never thought you would have been. You're about to evolve. You're about to matriculate. You're about to get into a place that you never thought you could have evolved into. And that moving from your zero to hero moment, you're moving from the pit to the palace. You're moving from the gutters to the uttermost. You're moving from a mess into a messenger. You're about to evolve into a place that you never thought you could have been. You're about to move from your one place experience to your third tier experience. You're about to move to your level 3 living. You're about to move from crying to laughing. You're about to move from less fortunate to a privileged place. You are about to move from your zero to hero moment. Yes, you are on rags. Yes, you are less fortunate. Yes, you are trampled upon. Yes, you are marginalized. Yes, you are overlooked. But tonight, you're about to move from your zero to hero moment. And once again, I want to let you know tonight, you're about to move, you're about to evolve, you're about to catapult, you are about to matriculate, you are about to elasticize, you're about to change your motors, operandi, you're about to change your concept, you're about to change your perception, you're about to change your verbiage, you're about to change your dictum, you're about to change your outcome, you're about to change your outlook, you're about to see things different in your periphery, you're about to see things looking different through the retina of your eyes, you're about to give a different judgment, you're about to just be into a new sphere, a new space, a new local, a new domain with a new dominion. Tonight you're about to just be into the newness of where your mind will take you. So tonight you're rolling with SGGR, Seon Rodney, who giving guidance and leadership to the holistic conversation platform. Would I thank you tonight with the abundance of humility for helping me to enjoy my sweet spot. I want to thank you to help me to maintain my momentum for the Conversation Motivational Hour, Conversation Motivational Date Night, Conversation Motivational Sip and Chat, Conversation Motivational Zero to Hero TV, Conversation Motivational Small Business Community, Conversation Motivational Small Business Craving, Merchandise Craving. I want to thank you so much to the Conversation platform near and further afield. As you quibble them, we're based in the great country of Guyana, Caribbean islands, South America, North America, Latin America, continent of Asia, and Africa. I want to thank you tonight, despite of your ethnicity, despite of your color, despite of your creed. I want to thank you who start from day one, our audience supporters, our audience viewers, those who share, those who comment. Oh yes, our viewership is going up in all different places. Those who call me and run some game on me, I want to thank you tonight. Those who encourage me, those who make me a part of their prayer list, I want to thank you tonight in the abundance of humility. Everyone that touched my life in a big way, in a small way, I want to thank you tonight, because without you, there'd have been no conversation platform. Without the conversation platform, certainly there will not be you. So tonight, I want to thank each and every one of you, whatever role you have played, to help me tonight to be where I am and to where I'm going, great and small way, significant or insignificant, every contribution does matter. That's why sometimes I can't tell when last, probably 2 years, I never come out and say, donate to my Cash App and so on. I never have to do that. I want to thank the people that God has allowed me to lead in this conversation platform. Oh yes, I don't want to come out and even say share. I'll be a share warrior. And these are things sometimes I think if you are buying and you have vested interest, sometimes you see the need to share. And it's not about you going onto a share war. It must come from the abundance of your heart. And I'm very much glad for those who locked arms with the conversation platform. I understand and cognizant that SGGR is not meant to be the leader for everyone. SGGR is not there for the taking for everyone. And we need to understand that. But I want to tell you, I want to thank you so much that you put some skin in the game. Help me to maintain my youthfulness. Help me to maintain my energy. Help me to maintain that I can see clearly now the rain is gone. And certainly I thank you that I can able to be a cloud in your sky. I can able to be the rainbow in your sky. I can able to bring a ray of hope to you. I can put some laughter answers and some smile. I can give you some way that you can say, yes, I can evolve, I can catapult, I can matriculate, I can elasticize, I can get big, I can big up myself now because I used to look like a turtle, but now I can be a giraffe. I'm seeing life from a different vantage point. I want to thank you for each and every one of you. Whatever you have done for the conversation platform, I want to thank you tonight. Oh, yes, I want to thank you so much. Everyone that touched my life. This week, I meet out to one of my school teacher who taught me in what you call that? Before you go to secondary school. And I said, Miss, I just want to thank you for just touching my life. And her name is Beverly King, Beverly Moore King. I reached out to her on Messenger and I just gave her a thank you, because she had to, she molded me and she helped to nurture me along the way. And I had to say, Miss, I want to thank you for teaching me and for helping me along the way. And without Beverly King and many other teachers who taught me a nursery school at Magawan Primary School, who taught me at, we used to call it Center then, and then who taught me Winifred Gaskin Memorial Secondary School, JC Chandy Singh, and all the different places. In fact, of my studies, CST Caribbean School of Theology, taught me Michael Power, those who taught me at Gaisuku Training School, and those who taught me in SIMAP training, and those who taught me also at Critchlow Labor College, and every form, not want to be braggadocious in terms of our studies and so on. I am just endeavored to be humble. I am endeavored to be simple, but my voice, I want to be echoed into places that goes beyond. So I want to thank you tonight in every way you have touched this young man's life, whether in deed or coins, in whatever way. I just want to tell you how much I thank you. Sometimes you have done things I never expect or accept or receive any form of recognition, but I always endeavor, because my mom taught me, Carly Denny Thomas, never by the hands that feed you. And I sometimes will not say it as much of appreciative way for whatever you have done for me when my down moment and my up moment. I just want to tell you how much you mean to me in what you have done. And tonight, as I have a few minutes, I just want to say thank you. So to all the teachers, to all the nurturers, to all those who have touched this young man's life significantly in a big or small way, probably a plate of food, a box of food, or probably you give me a bottle of water, a bottle of drink or soda, probably put me up to sleep at some night somewhere, or whatever you have done. You know what you have done. I just want to pass tonight and to say thank you. It not go unnoticed. And I want to let you know that I'm very much appreciative, and I can't get into calling names because I will get into trouble. And I don't want anyone to feel that what they done for me was looked over and didn't bring a significant impact. Because sometimes it's not the size of the gift, not the size of the deed, but I want to tell you all is well received. So tonight, I just want to thank you. As we said in the preambles, you're going to be moving from your zero to hero moment. You're going to be evolving from nothing to something. You're going to be elasticizing, moving from a casual thinker to a critical thinker. You're going to move from a place of a different vantage point that you never saw life before. And tonight, we're going to lock arms with each other. We're going to form the synergy of our discussion tonight. And tonight, we're going to be in sync. We're going to work in tandem, hand in gloves. Tonight, we're going to talk. We're going to vibe. Tonight, we're going to have that discourse. Tonight, we're going to be kicking it with each other. And tonight, we're going to really family, we're going to try to see how we can get through life situation family. Because as a family, we bring different things to the family. There's nothing even in the family. You have introvert, you have extroverts in the family, you have different skill set in the family, doctors, lawyers, you have teachers in the family, you have you have chef in the family, you have mechanics in the family, electronics or electrician in the family, you have pastors in the family, and we have different skill set in the family and so forth. And we have to know how to strode the gifts that is in our family with the matriarch and the patriarch of our family. They will will try their best, but sometimes they are present. But in the shift of era, in the shift of time, their stewardship need to up the ante. And sometimes as a family, it can be a challenge with putting our hands on the pulse of the now. For example, parenting is very much difficult now than when it was then. For example, when my mom, Carly Denny Thomas, Vanity Theophilus Thomas, was dead and gone to be with the Lord, the way they steward me is, Seon, you must do what I say because I am in charge. I am the parent here. And Vanity would say, two big men don't live in one house. Leave your whistling for outside. But now my kids are saying to me, Daddy, I want you to listen to me. Their times has changed, and therefore we have to look how we deal with our parenting style and our parenting skills. So therefore, tonight as the family, we're going to sit down and go through some of the challenges to meet the now. We're not saying what then was wrong then, but it was suited for then. As the word of God gave us, the abundance of cautious in an expectation that knowledge will increase in the last days. Knowledge will certainly increase in the last days. And if I come into the church language and verbiage, there will be an increase of revelation in the last days. So therefore, what was then cannot be effective now. So therefore, we have to come with the family with an open mind. We got to come to the family with an open spirit. We got to come to the family without coming with dull hearing, number one. We cannot come with preconceived notion. We cannot come with preconceived idea. We have to come with a mind that I am here flexible to learn something new. I am here to stand, to be one of the recipients, to understand how I can be effective in the family for the now. So when the challenges arise in the family, in which some may call conflict, some may call problems, but Seon don't like to say problems, because problem is when a situation do not solve and unsolvable, then it become a problem. So there I want to say challenges. And then when I say conflict, is something between two persons that can be easily resolved. But you can deal with conflict resolution when you have an open mind. When you have an open mind, you're better to suit to deal with conflict in the family. Because sometimes in the family conflict, you need to understand there is not a stringent rule. So therefore tonight, we're going to get into the first interrogatory tonight, into our first discourse and our axiom and our topic for tonight. Oh yes, the quality of your life depends upon the quality of your decision. The quality of your life, for the note takers tonight, it depends on the quality of the decision you make. So being a part of the family, whether the family that you are a part of or installing your family, the quality depends on every recipient of that family, depends upon the decision they make. Once again tonight, I want us to understand that the quality of one's life, oh yes, depends upon the quality of the decision they make. Lucia Crawford, Vanetta Walters, Loretta John, the quality of one's life in the family, then we come to the individual, depend on the decision you make. Philip Daly, the quality of one's life depends on the quality of decision they make. Oh yeah, Brenton Nelson, the quality of one life depends on the quality of decision they make. Lafina Bennett, the qualities of one life depend on the quality of the decision they make. Oh yes, Ryan Gupta, the quality of one life depends on the quality of the decision one make. Philip Daly, the quality of one life depends on the quality of decision one make. Melissa Welcome Saul, the quality of one life depends on the quality of the decision one make. So with this axiom, with this topic tonight, with this interrogatory tonight, family, we're going to be discussing, we're going to be talking We're going to be vibing. We're going to be chit-chatting tonight about the quality of one's life and the quality of decision that one make. I'm going to spend a lot of time on the preambles, and it's for a reason. The reason why I'm going to take as much time on the preambles, for those who may came in late, that they can able to understand, even at the subtopic, and points come out from this derogatory, they can able to leave with a firm understanding. You ever see some people that went to the movie, they get to the movie late, and where the point they get into the movie, they're narrating the movie to others like that is the starting of the movie, and that is the topic of the movie. When they start at the subtopic of the movie and they miss the whole concept of the movie. So what you say, they are giving our false information that what the movie really surrounds. For example, somebody come into a conflict, but they come in the midst of the conflict and miss the starting of the conflict. And next thing you'll find that conflict have different diversion. And it's very hard to bring a conflict resolution for those who can solve the conflict came when the conflict at the middle of the conflict or the ending of the conflict. Like I have a great friend who was once then an investigator. And I asked him, I said, Pastor, how you skillfully solve problems as an investigator? He said, Seon, I look for the ringleader, first of all. And when I identify the ringleader, it makes me solving the conflict and the problem very much easier. Wherever you're from, when we say ringleader, that means that the dominant person, the person you find in the conflict who chats the most, who have more gestures. Gestures mean people who do a lot of antics, their hand, their foot, and their eyes and all. We call those gestures. And then the person who speaks louder and so on, that person deems to be the ringleader. And with that being said, you identify that person, it's easier to deal with the conflict. So therefore, we also look from the Word of God how to deal with conflicts. Is when the woman came to Solomon. This is a family issue. I'm getting back on track tonight, but I have to spend some time on the preambles. The woman baby suffer or succumb to what we call death, or the baby is expired. For those who are outside of the Caribbean, when somebody is dead, we call it expired. In Guyana, in the Caribbean countries, we said the person is dead. Some people said medically, clinically, that the body is expired. So the baby is expired. The baby is dead. So both of them have baby at the same time, give birth at the same time. You know what I mean? We were baby mothers on batchmate together in the same hospital. You know what I'm saying? So we know of each other. We know we give birth at the same time and so forth. But there's a conflict now because one baby is dead. So there's a conflict of the two mate, if you want to call it, give birth at the same time, right? One suffer a loss because her baby is expired, her baby is dead. So now there's a conflict because the one who baby is alive recognize that there is a conflict for our baby, knowing that the baby of our, I want to say pregnant mate, baby had died. So now there is a conflict arise over the living baby. So they came now to a conclusion that the baby should be presented to where wisdom exists. I'm talking about Solomon, who is now coming into the Hall of Fame. That's why in the family, you have to also maintain your integrity, maintain your character, maintain your judgment in the family, because God used you in the family that you will first emerge from. You see, Solomon was about to emerge into his greatness. Remember, Solomon is the wisest man that ever lived. But he had to start somewhere that his name will emerge, that he will evolve, that he will catapult from, that he will use his elasticity, his elastic mind. That now Solomon no longer seen in that family a casual thinker. That's why I come back to what I just said a minute ago. You have to be in the family with an integrity in your judgment, with an integrity and honesty in standing in that family, because there is where your greatness will emerge from. So, in the integrity of Solomon now, these two pregnant women, batchmate, come to Solomon. Remember, one baby is dead, one baby is expired, and the woman now coming with contention can suffer her loss. You know, she cannot deal with the loss of her baby. I don't know, she had probably planned a welcome home party. I don't know, whatever she had already, you know what I mean? Like I remember before, you know, I had my first child as a miscarriage and so on. The child even did meet whatever. I start bragging at work and tell you, put the respect on my name. I'm a big man now. I get cake in the oven, bacon and all those kind of stuff. And then when I recognize now that the doctor says, Seon, the baby is no longer there, I'm asking, is it a boy or a girl? And she said, you can't understand what I'm saying. It's no longer there. It's a miscarriage. And I'm asking my own question of gender. You see, so I don't know what in this woman that she had probably pre-planned for the arrival of her baby, and she felt embarrassed now to go home and say there is no baby anymore. You see what I'm saying? And I am there because what I'm going to tell my friends on Monday and my boss, man, that, you know, there's no baby. And I was there arguing with the doctor, and the doctor saying, Seon, there is no baby, the baby is gone. Then the doctor now decided to explain to me and says, Seon, every miscarriage, I can tell you, is a boy, because boy babies do not fight for their life in the womb. Girl babies normally fought to the end in the womb, so forth and such like. But most miscarriages, and then I really come down to understand that this baby is no longer, and I feel more relieved. So I could go to work on Monday and say, bro, my wife lost her baby, it's a miscarriage, but I'm a big man, it's a bygone there. You understand? So I feel I could still go and pump my chest. So none of us know what plan this woman had made. And we can all go into, you know, a picture mode. We can all go into a conversation mode contemporarily, because I'm contemporizing here this moment. What could have been that this woman so desperately need to go home with a baby? We don't know. Probably she was of good standing. Probably she had great influence. Probably people already made great donation. We do not know, but she feels she must take a baby home. And then she came now to Solomon with the authentic mother. Imagine in the family, there is a conflict. In a family, there's a problem or a dilemma arise. And because one person in that family is the one who give you big money, buy expensive things to you, take you on trips, buy you lunch, give you the home that you live in, and so on, take care of your kids and so on. And you have to rule a judgment against that family member. You see, and that's sometimes where God wants to test your first character, and secondly, your integrity, for you moving from a level 1 to a level 3 living. And because humanistically, we don't want to lose what is coming, sometimes we compromise our decision. And therefore, Solomon was put into a position, either he gonna take the high road or he gonna take the way that he will lose his influence that he's about to garner to become the wisest man ever lived. You see, we can give you names, we can give you title, but a time will come when the name and the title and the office will be tested. Remember, Solomon asked God for wisdom. Is a time when wisdom gonna be tested. You see, sometimes we say, God, make me rich, and then sometimes before God wants to give you the abundance of wealth, in the little he tests you. You see, sometimes sometimes, God, I want to be famous. I want my name to be throughout the continent of Asia, the continent of Africa. I want all 13 or 16 countries in Africa know my name. And God tests you in one little test. And sometimes we fail because God wants us to start in our Judah and we may fail. How can he take us to Samaria? Or in Samaria we fail. How can he take us to the outermost part of the world? Therefore, in the family, there is where the first testing really will come. You don't get up tomorrow and evolve. You don't get up tomorrow and catapult and matriculate. You don't get up tomorrow and be a superstar. You will be tested to that level that you want to go. For those who came in late tonight, our topic, our axiom is, oh yes, and our irrogatory that we are perusing tonight, the quality of your life depends on the decision that you will make. So here is Solomon. Remember, he asked God for wisdom. Wisdom will be tested. I don't know why they went to Solomon, because I think even though he was he asked wisdom and so on, there were more wise people around. Why did they went to Solomon? But Solomon was the one who are the interlocutor in this matter, who are ruling over this matter. And the woman says to Solomon, cut the baby in half. I will have half because I have to take something, and the other will have half. The other mother said with his compassion and authenticity, give her the baby. Because none of us will give if the baby is cut in half. Basically, what's happening is that both of us, the woman one, will have no baby. But because of Solomon ruling in wisdom, he says that the woman who says, give her the baby, that is the woman, authentically the mother. There is where Solomon's wisdom was tested, and Solomon emerged. Solomon catapulted from thereafter. Everything else is his story. And Solomon emerged to what he asked God for, to become the wisest man ever lived. So Solomon is the wisest man ever lived. Oh yes, and I'm talking in wisdom, in ruling and dealing with conflict resolution, conflict solution, and making decision that will affect the quality of life. And let's understand, like Jesus could not emerge to top tier, even though he was top tier. You see, Jesus would not have had another experience where there will be wealth at a wedding. When I say wealth, I'm not talking about dollars and cents. I'm not talking about the gift. I'm talking about the wealth of influential person or influential people or influential people of standing in the society. Oh yes, to be at that feast. And we're talking about 7 days of celebration. And why, someone said, why Jesus was at that wedding that had all kind of wine? You see, because the Bible does not give us rules that it must be ruled, explained. It's principally explained. So we may ask why Jesus went to a wedding. They carcarane, they broke off your back, you know what I'm saying? They Magni Dreaded, they Santa Barbara, and they're doing all the, you know what I mean, all the movie electric slide. How Jesus end up in that? We don't know. Probably it's a family member. Why Jesus' mother was there? They have to have some stakes in the game. That's why they were at the wedding. I don't know, but I am putting on my contemporary thinking, because some places I don't want to go sometimes, but because, there's some stakes in the game, family member, and somebody has done some great deed and so on and so forth. So probably there were some close, I don't know if it's a king, I don't know, but Jesus was at the wedding that had all kind of Alizé, Syrah, oh yes, Merlot, Chardonnay, had some Grey Goose, you know what I mean, saying, and they had some Blue Label, Black Label, and the Sea White. And why Jesus' mother was there also, I don't know, but they had some stake in the game. Alicia, welcome. Apostle J.D. Passad, they had some stake in the game. Loretta John, that's why Jesus been there. I mean, the Son of God, and the God is there because he's the third of the Godhead. But he was at the wedding. Sometimes we choose where we want to go because we fear that how we will conduct ourselves and so forth and such like. That means sometimes we're not fully converted and so forth and such like. But Jesus was at this wedding. Only one shot, I say, that he had to be with the dignitaries and the great rulers of that day. They were all at the wedding. And in those days, weddings were 7 days straight of celebration. Imagine celebrating for 7 days. You got to get some money to feed these people, to have them to be palatable with all the niceties and the fantasies and the labels. For 7 days, you had to have some wealth. And on the last days of the 7th day, Jesus there, chilling. Just for his cabinet, his mom is there and so on. And we're talking about in the family how to deal. The quality of your life depends on the quality of your decision. So Jesus is there, they're doing their thing and so on. And Jesus from his cabinet, Jesus chilling. And the wine run out. What an embarrassment. The last day, the wine run out. But in the family, integrity is important. Your character and your judgment is very much important. The stakes start with you because God wants you to emerge from the place that once knew you, hold you, rock you. I doesn't say from the hand that rock you or the cradle that rock you or the rocking chair that shake you. So Jesus is there chilling. And his mom said, Jesus, you got to do something now. Because in this family, you cannot bring embarrassment on this family here when I know you got to emerge from this moment. You see, as evangelism and an evangelist, when God said go into all the world and pray, we choose where we want to go. And we want to go in the nicest of place, in the greatest of treatment. We want to go and do evangelism where we know we're going to get a nice envelope. We're going to get some nice, they're going to give us the best on the waiter. They give us a ride back home. We're going to be on a plaque who come to visit us. So Jesus was at this wedding and they will be embarrassed. So his mother said, hey, brother, Jesus, this can't be an embarrassment here. This is what's going to happen. And Jesus turned to his mother and he said, my hour is not yet come. My hour is not yet come. Imagine there's a conflict in the family and you could have been the amicable solution. But because you want to take favoritism, because you want to deal with it in a way that you could still get your perks from who is wrong. You still want to get your perks from who was give you, the nice envelope at Christmas, give you the brand name, take you out to eat, take you to the movies, and buy you a car, and this is the one who get money and status. You don't want to tell them eyeball to eyeball, man, you're wrong, bro. So imagine Jesus being God in the spirit, being the Son of God in the flesh, having biological toys because he came through the womb of his mother Mary. And Mary is saying embarrassment is coming because there's biological or some kind of ties. That's why we're here, right? But how has not yet come? But Mary is looking. The hour doesn't matter. But the moment is consequential. Can sometimes in the family, we can see the consequence more than what matter for the now. You see, sometimes The quality of our life depends on the quality of our decision. And sometimes we make decisions without thinking about the quality of our life. And Mary understood that with all clarity, with all understanding, that this moment is a quality moment. Remember, all the dignitaries are here. The senators, the councilmen are here, and the rulers and the oppositions are here, and the president and prime ministers are here, and the House of Representatives are here, and the chairmen are here, and everybody is here. This moment matters. But what I will not do, Jesus, I will stick to the word. I will not provoke my son to wrath. Remember, you have to honor your parents, and parents do not provoke your children. We're still sticking to the principle. So Jesus said, my hour has not yet come, but I'm going to make sure I speak to this moment where a conflict will arise. She said, whatever he said to you, just do it. Because this is the moment that my son will evolve in the family. For those who are well note takers and those who are Bible geek and mobile, I can even ask this question of this interrogatory tonight. What is the first miracle that Jesus ever performed? The first miracle that Jesus performed is turning the water into wine at the wedding in Cana of Galilee. That's the first miracle. Was it a willing miracle that he wanted to do? No. He said, my moment has not yet come. But his mother knows that the family moment is at stake. And the quality of our life will depend upon the decision we're going to make even now. So the quality that Jesus will emerge to be the one that will do many miracles and signs and wonders, that those with powers to be and powers to have will submit to him. And Jesus recognized that I have to honor my mother, who's going to usher me into my moment. Sometimes as parents, when there is conflict, how we deal with the conflict in the family, for the quality of life in the family from a tier 1 to a tier 3, from a level 1 to a level 3 living. I mean, this is rough tonight. I'm enjoying it. My mentor said you have to enjoy every presentation, every message, every sermon, every time you coach, every time you mentor, you have to enjoy it first. I am enjoying this tonight because this is speaking to the core of the family tonight. So Jesus, in honoring his mother, he evolved in the family. That he turned the first water into wine, that the first miracle, for those who do not know and those who are of faith, the first miracle Jesus did in the wedding in Cana in Galilee is turning water into wine. So the quality of your life depends on the quality of the decision that you make. So the quality of Jesus' life depends on the quality of the decision that he make at that wedding. So the decision he make, as his mom says, whatever he said to you, just do it. And he submit to his mother, and his mother did not. I want to say that again. Provoke him to anger. When he said, mother, my time has not yet come. You see, sometimes when we are strolling in the family, sometimes we use our position into authoritativeness authoritarianism. We rule with his iron fist. And sometimes we miss what's supposed to evolve and emerge for that moment. Imagine Mary could have struck Jesus on what he said. My hour has not yet come. If I can contemporize that for a moment, in our day and in our vernacular being a Guyanese, more so from Berbice or from the country, we would say, what you telling me by? Oh, you mean you always come? By you, I pass me in here, what I telling you? And down that vein, we can provoke this child where he can go into an anger moment and up the ante even to be sinful. Because now you're doing it in the open, where their dignitaries are according to the word. There were dignitary there, and every high profile people were there. 7 days of celebration. On the last day, the family was on 10. Everything tastes good, everything was great, but everything ran out. And mom, you're embarrassing me about all these people. I remember a certain church I used to go to, and a mother embarrassed her son. And he take his hand and slapped his mother in the congregation. A physical slap because he felt embarrassed among his peers. Real story. The mother is dead and gone now. The son is alive. Slapped his mother in the congregation. Sunday school just finished. Big church didn't start. Ringing slap. But because she provoked this young man in using her power and her authority as a parent. The quality of decision you make will determine the quality of your life. So Mary could have gone on the tangent based on what Jesus said. First, he didn't address her as mommy. He didn't address her as mother. He didn't address her as mom. He said, woman, my hour has not yet come. But she recognized that provoke not your children. Once some basis of conflict in the family is because parents are sometimes use their power to provoke their children. Some of the conflict is where children refuse to obey their parents. There's a cautionary tale here, though, in the Lord. That's the only rule of thumb for obedience children to parent when it comes to in the Lord. And Jesus understood that obedience is required at this juncture. The mother recognized provocation do not need at this juncture. The quality of your life depends on the decision you will make. The quality of many of our lives, meltdown, sleepless night, stress, depression, anxiety, develop from the decision that we make. But tonight, in this opportune time, in this opportune moment, we can do a reversal of decisions that we will make, that we can up the ante in the quality of life we should live. That's why sometimes your GPS tells you that you have to make a U-turn because of construction. Oh, there is an ending, a dead end, you have to make a U-turn. There is possibility you can do reversal in the quality of decision that you have made in the past or the decision that you have made in the present, that you can have a quality life in the future. So Mary says, whatever he said to you, Just do it. And there is where Jesus emerged. Jesus began to evolve. Jesus began to matriculate. Jesus answered first as a casual thinker, but respond critically. You have made decisions as a casual thinker. Probably you make decisions because you are broken. And you make those decisions while you are still broken. And because of your brokenness, you make that decision. And it's affecting your quality of life. Probably your experiences that you went through without being properly healed from has caused you to make those decisions. And now it's affecting your quality of life. While we're still in the land of the living, we still have moments to reverse our decision making so we can enjoy quality of life. Jesus came that we may have life. That there wasn't life before Jesus came. There were life before Jesus came. They were living, but they weren't living a quality life. They were making decisions, but the decision they were making wasn't decision that was influenced. I'm getting ahead of this presentation tonight, but I will stay right here for now. The quality of your life depends on the decision you make based on the influence that surrounds you. Sometimes or oftentimes, we could make quality decisions, but we don't want to affect the influence that the decision we know that we will make. So sometimes we make the decision based on the influence that surrounds us, that it would not be a quality one. So you may not be able to live a qualitative life. So there was life before Jesus. They were marrying because Jesus went to a wedding. They were living because Jesus came through a living woman, nurtured by a living father, hypothetically without sexual encounter. They were home and so forth. They were hotels, but they were none to receive him. They were animal living. They were people who partake of taking care of their animal. That's why he went to a stable and so they were life and living. But they were not quality. They weren't a level 3 living. Because they were not influencing by the Holy Spirit, so they were able to make quality decisions to get quality life by the influence of the Holy Spirit. I'm talking to the church people now. Because many people are asking, and the question come before me quite often, more so by the millennials and the Gen Z, why the church seems to be defeated, not spot on the pulse of the word. Meaning, why the church is not having more millionaires, more people that have wealth, land, and most people who are wealthy in terms of finances. Why the churches doesn't have big edifices, mean the big buildings. Why the church people look like they always have to be begging for handouts. And the scriptures talk about the wealth of the wicked lay up for the just, and the wealth, God talk more about wealth, and he talk about the beast of the field. 1,000 cattle on the hill belongs to you. Occupy until he come, and so and all these scriptures about why the churches are seemingly to be at this defeated place. And I often say there is the one word I will always use, and the word that we call the principle. And then principle, for the word of God, I said to someone this morning that wisdom is a principle thing. The quality of our decision principally Tell us on the quality of our life, the principle, the quality of decision church leaders make, the church make, individually, collectively. Tell us the quality, the decision we make, and the quality of life we're going to live. Solomon could have made a decision based on probably how close an attachment and alignment the woman who lost her baby to him. Jesus could have made a decision in disrespecting his mother, trying to embarrass him when he says moment has not yet come. But the Holy Spirit help us in terms of influencing us to make decisions for quality living. That's the difference on the principles of life. So Christ said, I come that you may have life and have it more abundantly. So the abundance of life, the level 3 life, come with an influence. Let me go on the other side of this argument tonight with this interrogatory. Adam and Eve made a decision. More so, let's start with Eve tonight. Eve made that decision, not what was told to her by Adam. God didn't tell Eve not to touch that fruit or not to eat of the fruit of knowledge of good and evil. Adam told her, being his authoritative figure. All right? Good. So she knew her mental real estate or soul or intelligence or brains. She knew that she shouldn't touch it because she was told. But she made a decision because she was influenced by the devil. The Bible didn't say Satan strong armor. Satan didn't put a gun to her head. Satan didn't she wasn't tortured. None of that. All Satan do, he used words. He influenced her with the same real estate or soul or precious commodity. And Eve made the decision based on the influence against what she was told. Then Adam came and made the decision based on the influence of what he was told. He was told that the moment you eat of this fruit, you will surely die. He met Eve, she ate. She didn't die physically, but she died spiritually. Adam wasn't tortured by Eve, neither by the devil. I want to make that clear. Lucidly clear. Adam ate because he was influenced. Eve didn't die physically. So therefore he was influenced. And therefore he ate. God came to the authoritative figure. He called the man that he gave the authority to. Adam, where art thou? You never hear he called Eve. He didn't give instruction to Eve. So Eve was influenced by the devil. Adam was influenced by Eve. God gave the order to Adam. Adam gave the order to Eve. So God deal with the authority and he deal with the most person that should not have been influenced. And the influence caused them to make the decision. And the decision they make affect their quality of life. What does that mean, Pastor Seon? I'm glad somebody asked that question tonight. Now, the quality of life that Eve will bring forth child in pain, or in pain she will have childbearing. The second, in fighting with Satan tonight, very important. The second decision affect the quality of life is that Adam, the man, from the sweat of thy face, thou shalt eat bread. Is easy to sweat on your brow, you know, your brow is short here, right? But from the sweat of your face, you shall eat bread. You shall work hard to provide for your family. So the quality of your life is influenced by the decision you make. So tonight, to move from a level 1 to a level 3 living, to a top tier living, you got to look at the decision that you are making. The decision you make determines whether you're going to cry, whether you're going to laugh, whether you're going to be happy, whether you're going to be sad, whether you're going to be accepted, whether you're going to be rejected. I know this is not sexy tonight. I know this is not spicy tonight. I know this is serving in a China cutlerware. But for the family to be stored properly, for the family to be elevated, we need to watch the quality of decision that we're making, so we can live the quality of life that we're living. People may ask, why there's so much divorce? Why everybody in the family are divorcing? Look at the decision and the trend of decision and where the influence is coming from. That will determine the quality of the life the family will live or experience. It all ties in your decision. Why is oftentimes it's easier to find a snake in the garden than find a snake on your veranda? I ain't saying snakes don't be on veranda. You can find a snake on a veranda on a landing because there's bushes somewhere close to the landing veranda, somewhere that is warm. But warmth is something to associate with. But you're 100% likely to find a snake in a garden. A judgment come upon a snake in a garden. You will crawl on your belly because the decision was made in the garden. And that the quality of life a snake will be. Remember, he was Lucifer. Remember, he could have spoke. Now he become a snake. Snake don't talk. Now he can stand on the tail. Now he crawling. Because of the decision you make, determine the quality of your life. Is it long-term happiness? Is it short-term happiness? Is it long-term or is it short-term? You have to think through. Every decision you make bears consequences not only for you, but for the posterity of your generation. Why? I'm going to a little uncharted water here. But I don't mind. I will go here because I feel pumping of the Holy Spirit. Why in the Middle East there's no one thus far and no one will and can solve the emerging of wars in the Middle East? They can quell it. They can come to amicable solutions. They can come in bargains. They can try to cease fire. They can come to no fire zone, and they can expose the tactical equipment and so on. But no one can bring a solution. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. But tonight, the quality of your decision will tell you the quality of your life. Remember when Sarah said to Abraham, you can go into Agar and there bear what we call the bondson, Ishmael. And Ishmael hand shall continually be in war. Point blank, plain and simple. The quality of your life depends on the quality of decision you will make. Your decision may not be sexy. Your decision may not be welcoming. Your decision may feel like it's bringing damning effect to you. But sometimes you have to make those decisions for the quality of life you want to live. Let's go also to David. David's father-in-law said to him, that's the one you want, right? David said, yes, I mean, hips and tips and everything nice. Father said, that's the one going to bring you down. He heard that. David was a wise guy. He was a wise man. And the man is telling him, Michelle going to bring you down. No disrespect to all the Michelle, but she's going to bring you down. But why would you give this man who is evolving because you're seeing the use of God upon his life? Why would you give him your daughter that you know is going to bring him down? Don't discourage him. Discourage her. You see, so the father-in-law know the quality that his daughter possesses is not in a trajectory to help David to enjoy what he should be as a king. Bringing back the heart of the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant symbolized the presence of God. What a privilege. So instead you try to discourage him, why not work on her to discourage her? But David made the decision nevertheless, because I guess she was not frustrated by her father. And what happened? David brought the Ark of the Covenant. Bring it back, the presence of God. And wherever the presence of God is, there is victory. Wherever the presence of God is, there is power. Wherever the presence of God is, I want to tell you, man, look, tomorrow I'm going to be, oh my God, on cloud 9. I'm going to be caught up in the spirit and every call. I'm going to be in the presence of the, I say the presence of God is not here, but I'll be in the presence of God with the saints of God. So you're going to be overlooked tomorrow. I can't wait. So David is bringing back the Ark of the Covenant. Your father not telling by this girl going to bring you down, you know. You discourage her anyhow. David, nevertheless, when David brought the Ark of the Covenant, he had to went into overdrive that he even danced out his clothing. Tonight, I want you guys to hear me. Hear the sound of my voice tonight. I'm not only ministering to you, preaching to you, talking to you. I'm not only showing you tonight. I am doing it to myself. Be careful of the quality of decision that you will make, because it will affect the quality of life that you will live. The man of God, she didn't show up to celebrate with him. What an auspicious occasion. What a momentous occasion. What an occasion of importance. This man bringing back the Ark of the Covenant. Symbolize the presence of God, and he had to stand there alone, deeming the person that is closest to him. Be careful with the decisions that you will make, more so with your life, with your skill set, more so with your calling, also with your vision for your trajectory. It will either get you a level 3 living or a level 1 living, because what is influencing your decision? Let's deal with Samson tonight. mean, nothing wrong with cross-pollinate and so on and this kind of thing and intermarriage and different ethnicity and color and so on. Nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful. I have nieces and nephews that come as a result of intermarriages and so on and so forth. I have brothers and sisters that are different ethnicity because dad just decided he got to make sure he go into a different warm place to see how that feel and how that is and so forth and such like. And it's great. It's beautiful. When I look across my family, it's awesome. But Samson went into the strange women. But let's take away the plurality for now. Let's deal with the singular. He went into a woman, strange woman. Remember our topic tonight. The quality of your decision will determine the quality of your life. Are you going to go through sleepless night because of the decision you make? Are you going to be crying and nobody see you crying because of the decision you make? You're losing weight, you're getting sick, you're getting meltdown, your pressure going up because of the decision you make affect the quality of your life. And Delilah. Hey, Samson, you really like me, you know. Samson say, yeah, baby girl, I like you, man. You know I like you one thing, yeah. And the influence, Delilah, you ain't getting this job done, you know, man. You got to do this thing. And Delilah, Samson, you ain't telling me the truth, bro. You really love me. And Samson was so aggrieved in this woman. Just keep telling you got to be careful sometime. When people use influence to press and to squeeze you against your will for an outcome. Remember, the quality of your decision determines the quality of your life. I'm in the Bible. I'm in the book. Samson, but I think I got to walk away from this. I got to walk away from this relationship, bro. You ain't telling me the truth, man. You really love me, Samson. You know what I mean? I gonna fight another guy, man. I'm saying, you know what? I can't afford to lose you, man. You too good. You too pretty. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Delilah said, what is the truth? Tell me. I'm tired of these influencers banging at me. I didn't know she was paid. A good job she will receive. A nice bag of money she would receive. Nobody know what compensation Delilah would get, but something nice. Remember, be careful of the decision you make. It will affect your quality of your life. And Delilah can't deal with it. So she started pressing them out, the brother. Samson, let me tell you something, man. Since I was born, I born as a Nazarene. I'm on that Nazarite vow. You understand? I born under Nazarite vow, Nazarene. And this thing is not, this thing is a covenant. You understand? And the covenant, no comb should go on my hair. No razor should go on my hair. That is where my strength lies, you. And she making mental notes. Be careful the decision you make. When only you as the person got to spend. You're the only person got to say, I love you. You are the only person got to make love to the other. You are the only person got to show up on time. You're the only person got to make the investment. You're the only person got to laugh. You're the only person got to buy. Be careful. Cautionary tale. And Samson didn't recognize why she's the only one. You love me, you love me, you love me. But she ain't telling Samson, I love you. Let's contemporize in here. I want to know. And the minute Samson tell her, I am a Nazarene with a Nazarite vow, my parents as a covenant, not a contract. A contract can be broken. A covenant cannot be broken. If you break a covenant, there is serious consequences to a covenant. Shout out to the Serenity brothers and sisters. You guys know what covenant is. She called influencers. And she said, I got it now. Imagine the quality of the decision you make. So he made the decision to tell her this moment and stood to see her right in his presence. She used that information against him. How many times God has allowed your eyes to open? The decision you make in the presence of those you make that decision to has hurt you, has caused you pain, has caused you so much. And you still stood there. And it's affecting your quality of your life. And Samson stood there. See her call the men, the influencers. And they bust the brother Natty. They cut his hair. Bald head. Samson loses his strength. Let's deal, as I'm about to close in a few minutes, with the quality of life that Samson started to live. They dig his eye out. He started to be like an animal in the cornfield. How many of you have lost your prayer life for the decision you make? You have lost the attendance to church because of the decision you have made. You have lost your communication with God for the decision you have made. You have lost the fire for the ministry that God has called to be because of the decision you have made. You have lost your joy, your peace. You have turned totally to somebody is different because the decision you make affect your quality of life. You can't tell when last you sleep 8 hours sleep. You will leave plan A and go back to plan B living because of the decision you make. It affects the quality of your life. And Samson ended up plowing in a cornfield because the decision he made to tell Delilah where his strength was. The quality of your life or the quality of the decision you make. You know where your quality of life is. And you know the decision that you have made. That now you're suffering from hypertension, high cholesterol, stress, anxiety, meltdown. Put yourself into isolation. Start develop dull hearing. Mind blindedness. Mind blindness is not a demon. I know a church will say, I bind mind blindness in the name of Jesus. Mind blindness is not a demon. Mind blindness is a decision one has made to stay stagnant in that rule of thought. And nobody can change me. Nobody gonna make me give tithes. Nobody gonna make I hug anybody. Nobody make I sit down anywhere else. That is a mind-blinded person. You set stringent in your rule. It's not a demonic power. It's a decision one have made. Like Balaam, God suspend principle. That a donkey may speak to the Balaam. Balaam, can't you hear the word of God? Because Balaam developed what we call a mind blindness. This is me. And God had to suspend the law of nature that a donkey may speak to him.
God didn't say a bind a mind blinded. He didn't send nobody because Balaam was stringent, like Michelle. I ain't care what David bring back and what he do. I am not supporting him. I am not that would not identify myself with him. That's a mind blinded person. It's not a demonic power. It's a personal decision one has made. The quality of your life depends on the quality of the decision that you have made. And it will affect not only you, but those that will come in your stead, or in your vein, or in your print, in your footprint. And the brother Bossinati end up in a cornfield. The quality of life the prodigal son made, he end up in a pig pen. And the quality of life he living in a pig pen. The quality of decision you make based on the influence tells of the life you will live. Happy days, miserable days, or sad moments depends on the decision you make. Family, tonight, think about the decision you have made. Affects the quality of life you are living or you have lived. As I said, it's not too late that you can make a U-turn, or you can make a cape turn, or you can make a broken U-turn. But you can make a difference in your decision making tonight, family. That you can journey to live a quality life. Better decision. You can come off of those pills. You can come off of those medications. Better decision. You can laugh in your authentic voice. You can walk and talk in your own voice because you have made that decision. You can be happier. You can be blesser because the decision you make will tell of the quality of life you will live. Tonight, I wish I could present it any better way than the way I'm doing right now. A better topic, a better axiom, a better interrogatory, a greater case argument, a better pointers. But the Holy Spirit so direct, I incline to follow. Not exempted tonight, but I'm a part of this presentation. I have made many decisions that affect my quality of life. I am not exempted. But tonight, I want us to be better steward to understand the decisions that you make will tell of the qualities of life you will live. I would like you to understand, as the Word of God says, He come that you may have life and that you may have it more abundantly. I wish above all things that you prosper as your soul prosper. The heart is the Lord's, the fullness thereof. The beast of the field, 1,000 cattle on the hill, belongs to him. Occupy until he come. The blessing of the Lord make it rich, and added no sorrow. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy come in the morning. It's blessed to give than to receive. All tells on the decision you make. Are you going to stop at Christian, or are you going to move on to kingdom? That's a different podcast for a different moment and a different time. Tonight, in closing, the quality of your life depends on the quality of decision you're going to make. Think about the decision. Think it through, long and hard. Flip side of the coin, both sides of the coin. Look at the influence. Then make the decision for the quality of life you so want to live. I love you, family. Conversation supporters, covenant partners, friends all of this great August platform, and all the affiliates. A conversation together with Rise Ministry, the Michael Malconey, under the leadership and stewardship of Apostle J.D. Prasad and all of the likes. I love you. I want you to feel the pulse, my heartbeat. Think about the decision that you will make for the life you want to live. Is it long term? Is it going to be short term? Nothing beat experiential knowledge. Nothing beat experiential knowledge. So tonight, I will leave you with this. The quality of your life depends from the decision you will make. I don't know what quality of life means to you. I don't know what decision you have made. But I can only give you the path. But the quality of your life depends on the decision you will make. Many people make decisions, as I said, and they wish they can undo the decision they made to affect the quality of their life. Tonight they may not be able to sleep. They wish that tomorrow may never come. They wish, as a song we used to sing, if I had it to do all over again, I'd serve Jesus every day of my life. I wish if mom was here, dad was here. The decision you make tell you the quality of life you will live. It's not too late. It's never too late. While you're in the land of the living, it's never too late. But do not let pride stand in the way of you making that decision for the life you want to live. The prodigal son, I have to come to that place of awareness that I have made a wrong decision. Look, the quality of life I live in. I in rags. I remember one Saturday morning, Kester Dean mother, I call her Myrtle. Myrtle is her name. Came to where I was staying and embarrassed me to the worst. Because I leave the well-furnished family home to go in a house with a set of boys that we doing your own thing. The house ain't get no window. If you see the step, you can't jump on it, you gonna fall down. But in that home, we can do what we feel like as boys, man. We hook up as boys. We never used to lock the door, just push it in, carry the door even unlock. And I stood by that window, and mortal take off on me. It can be 10 houses away. I can hear how she embarrassed me. But I had made a decision for that quality of life. Because that's the kind of girls I want to attract, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, me. And those who know New Amsterdam, the house was opposite the Salvation Army. What you call it, Charlotte Street? Right there, the Charlotte Street, opposite Salvation Army Church. That's where I leave Lot 21 Winkle Road to go and stay. But the decision I made, that the quality of life I settled for. And after she came and mortal do she thing, I felt so embarrassed. And I tell my boys, bro, I'm going back to Lot 21 Winkle Road. The quality of your life depends on the decision you make. Be careful. Experiential knowledge. What have you learned from during the journey in life? That you're vying to make the same mistake, to face the same consequences. The decision the children of Israel made, that a 40-day journey become a 40 years journey. That you continue to make those same decisions and continue to live that same quality of life. In closing tonight, the definition of insanity, I'm not saying that you're insane. I'm not calling anyone insane. These are acts of insanity. Not the person is insane. For a person to be insane, it has to be medically proven that they are insane. I am not a doctor to diagnose that you are medically insane or clinically insane. But I'm talking about the act of insanity. Is doing the same thing and expecting different results. So what am I saying in this conclusion of the matter? Before I close the book and close the podcast, the act of insanity is making the same bad decisions and expect a quality life. Tonight, the quality of your life depends on the decision you make. See you tomorrow, same place, same time. I have our youth pastor with me tomorrow, Pastor Jasmine Passad will be with me tomorrow night at our Conversation Motivational Date Night. And we're dealing with your youthfulness matters. See you tomorrow, same place, same time. I love you, but Christ loves you best. The quality of your life depends on the quality of the decision you make. God bless you. Tata.